Hello and welcome back everyone to another episode of Disco Elysium. My name is Pope and it's time for us to venture into the great outdoors. There I'm sure there's something we're supposed to be doing, and of course that's the last thing we're gonna do. Yeah, that I do agree with that sign. Yeah, it's great art right here. There should be more signs like that. Let us explore some more. Run. Walk faster. I want to speak to these random people.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
You sir are an amazing singer. Do you want to come karaoke with me?
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there. It's the jam, my man.
Let's solve this then.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike. Scabs agitating.
Fuck
All
the
around
scabs.
clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
That makes so much more sense.
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Maybe because this is where you always have been.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both.
Yeah, both is good.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
Sounds based.
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess.
It sounds like really based. I also want a giant power crane in half the company.
I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They know what's up.
Fuck.
Precise demands and so on.
They call him the Scab Squad.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
I don't want to meet the Scab consultant.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
That sounds like a good plan.
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing. Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
Assholes.
The bosses, man. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had saved 4 myself. He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Yeah, he seems like a trustworthy fella.
analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
Far out, bro.
A sense of
What do you
surprise there
think?
ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
It do be like that sometimes.
Oh, high grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Yeah, great. That sounds fucking great. And
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
I gotta say, Tommy, that makes you sound less based. I thought you were cool.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Come on, man.
This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old
See,
one.
I'm a
reliable.
freaking genius.
Me and her spent a long time together.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
And my question is
Don't be
goodbye.
a stranger.
Is there more things to explore here? I must explore everything. And do everything except what I'm supposed to do. Oh, I want to run, move faster. Stuck to this person.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your... Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening.
She's not
Her
my grandma?
hair is gray like lead. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
No, you didn't.
Yes?
Nah, let's not talk to Kim just yet. Let's talk to more truck drivers. Fuck you, Scab.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
Fuck off, Scab.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause.
Oh, you're not a Scab, you're a striker.
Stripes usually have problems
Great.
with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work!
Wait, are you a scab or a striker? I don't get it.
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together.
Oh no,
Shows authorities are on our side.
you're a scab. You can
Builds
fuck off.
confidence. Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their families.
Yeah, you're not fighting for that, mate.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Hey, fuck yeah.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
That's hilarious, mate. Keep telling yourself that.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
Because he's being paid by the corporation to do this?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No.
Yeah.
They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were
Given a job to do!
Freaking prick.
when a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
I really don't like you, dude.
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we
Have the right to work!
I'm getting really tired of hearing the phrase right to work, mate.
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Yeah, because he's not actually a worker. He's pretending to be.
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt,
He's an agent
seem to
provocateur.
fit a man with much more corpulence. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what.
Suspicious. What the hell am I supposed to do here?
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Yes.
What's it to you? Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people.
No, you don't, mate.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brutal, cunning, and suspicious person. Just a hunch. Or you just might be paranoid.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
You're a cop, aren't you?
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss. I know nothing about a murder.
You sure?
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive.
Sure it wasn't you?
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
No,
We
it's
are
not.
not picking a side in this just yet, sir. Pity.
Let up! We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
The physically impressive man tower has turned his attention back to the gates. He ignores your presence.
Ah, root brick. I want to speak to the Union.
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
You do get how I'm not a scab, I'm a cop. This is worse. You do understand this is worse, right?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab.
Amen.
I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
Of the man.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? I think cops and scabs usually go hand in hand.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money."
Yeah, that will never happen.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
I'm
My
exploring.
friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him. Then press the button to unlock the door.
Yeah.
Then go past him again. And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
Not gonna happen.
Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or
Don't think that will also.
maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Yeah.
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong. Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition. Sure. Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Yeah, it's.
That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is.
Me too,
Don't
brother.
count me. It's a better day that way.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
I want to be friends with the Union boss.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin
Damn it.
narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
Mate, you're being too friendly to the cops. Let's go explore a little bit. Grr. Greater Revanchol Industrial Harbor. Okay. Should we talk to the big guy first? Yes. Big guy first, then we go to the cafe. Or let's explore this first. In case of strike.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Okay, I have things to say. I'm not sure it's good. This this is something. Yeah, definitely something.
You have succumbed to Al Ghul.
To the demon?
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat.
You mean alcohol?
You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. Your mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al Ghul. You are but a vessel for the Ghul now. Very little of yourself remains. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
What the fuck are you talking about, mate?
The ethanol fungus is deep within your nervous system, pulling the strings. You are merely its pupa now. I see no hope for you or your kind. Begging for help, attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity,
that is not
and
a good thing,
powerful
mate.
weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
These aren't great things. Most of these aren't good things, mate.
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
This guy's been reading way too much Jordan Peterson.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
For fuck's sake.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Should I push him? I'm sure that's gonna work out well. Yeah.
That is right. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
Dude, you need to chill the fuck out.
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
Okay. What the fuck? Yeah, this guy needs to to cut back on the YouTube IDW videos. He's been drinking way too much of the Kool-Aid.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize
Oh, fuck no.
Lejeun's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I want to reject it. Do I need to conceptualize it to...
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital.
See,
Something your race,
all
like
these
the
dog whistles are
communists,
driving my dog
never
crazy.
did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Communism is cool.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you. The fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases.
I just got the joke. This is a phrenology joke. For fuck's sake.
Above all,
This game's amazing.
rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
Oh, disco.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine.
Sounds based.
It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you.
I understood none of that, mate.
We are the future. That is all you need to know. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulumbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale. No. I have heard about it on the radio.
Great. That's fantastic, mate. Maybe you should cut back on the radio. I don't think it's doing good.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world.
Sure it will, mate.
You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
Okay. I'll conceptualize to reject it.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then, to you, he lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailmate. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
God, this is so cringe.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
Yeah, sure. Of course. We all know how inbreeding makes it. Oh, fuck's sake. This is so fucked.
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Oh, the Dutch! Oh yeah, I totally agree. The Dutch are like, people shouldn't just be Dutch. That is just wrong.
You know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be Dutch. Next thing you know, you're doing blackface for Christmas. It's just not something you should try. Don't be Dutch, kids.
Mahoon is a derogative term for first world people of Gotwaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Uhu, are much more lactose intolerant. In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green, orange, and even yellow tassels have also been seen on hats.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric
What the
culture.
fuck is that?
Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
Sure, mate.
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have type A race propensities.
This is all very interesting, Mr. Racist, but
The other large mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous.
oh fuck's
A
sake.
heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
I don't even have an answer for this shit. This is just too much.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen
the
to El Mariachi and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn, only produces more sebum.
What the fuck are you talking about? Get help! Get some fucking help!
As proven by the Mound and the Mask, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Semenese and the Areopagite are on the ascent. The Areopagites
Continue
are
receiving.
sleek,
I'm not sure
long-headed.
wisdom is what I've called this.
Semenese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls. The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
I don't want to learn anymore.
Nature was not capable of more.
Fucking hell. I have to keep listening to this shit. I don't want to keep listening to this shit.
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
Oh, fuck this guy. God's fuck this guy.
The Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white officer in a suspect description.
Yes, to an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a hands on
This guy's saying
Look into
Southern
their
Europeans
eyes,
aren't
you will
white.
see.
Fuck.
They are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, muddy, and ashen.
God, this guy is so fucking stupid.
Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking Al Ghul and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb, and for eating potato.
Yes, that great sin that is eating potato. God damn this guy.
The Koiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
Yeah, you think so.
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
What about the Vacholiers?
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the racial cauldron. Two makes to know right from wrong. You
Fuck.
tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this
I am regretting. Every time I hit continue, I regret clicking conceptualize more and more.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad in Zara's ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, A prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the coico to the occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant.
Yes, this ideology spread through the potato. Of course. How else could it spread? It has to be the potato.
Enough of Tibet mediocrity.
I'm gonna need to put a cut in here. This is just way too much. Oh, fuck this guy. I regret deciding to listen to what this guy has to say. I'm gonna put a cut in here. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And fuck racists like this piece of shit. See you all next time.